Hello everyone and welcome to RNG University. On tonight's episode, the Ob Combo. So if you haven't heard yet, they released the Matte March of Machine Aftermath, and within it, an infinite combo that will be painful for your soul to watch. So here's how the infinite combo works. You got Ob Nixilis, the Captive Kingpin, 2-card infinite actually, the Captive Kingpin, and All Will Be One from Phyrexia, All Will Be One. And here's how the combo works, right? If you ever put a permanent or one or more counter on a permanent or a player, you can deal damage to target opponent, creature, and opponent control, or planeswalker opponent control. So you can basically target your opponent to win. And whenever you deal exactly one damage to your opponent, or if your opponent loses exactly one life, we can put a +1/+1 counter on Nixilis and exile the top card of our library, and until the end of the next end step, we can play that card. So basically, whenever we deal one damage, we put whenever our opponent loses one life, not just us dealing damage, sometimes your opponent might tap their ping land, and guess what? One damage. So whenever they lose one life, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on Nixilis, and that triggers All Will Be One, which deals one damage to our opponent, which triggers Ob Nixilis, which then does that infinitely loop back and forth, back and forth. Now you might think, hey, Ob Nixilis also exile the top card of your library. Won't you run out of library if your opponent has a lot of life, or this game has gone on for a while? No, that is not actually how it works, because you exile, well, you technically, yes, but you don't lose, is what I'm trying to say. You do exile the top card of your library, but you don't draw. So you only lose if you are trying to draw a card and you have no card left on the top of your library. So essentially, you can exile your whole deck, and the last part won't trigger anymore, but you will still keep dealing the damage, because these are periods, not comma. So those are separate steps. I think that's how it works. It never happened to me where I exile the whole deck and an opponent's still not dead yet. Usually, by the time this infinite combo triggers, your opponent will just quit, because they see it coming and they will just quit. And one thing I also want to say about Arena that have done a good job is that they sped up this process, so that when you trigger that infinite, you don't have to wait for the loading of, oh, here's gonna be the one damage. It will be very fast. At least that's the one time I've got it to work when I'm testing this deck. That's how it happened. Alright, so let's look at this deck itself. For the early game, we have Volderian Epicure, which also can help us get that one damage later on in the late game, but it gives us a blood token to help us cycle. We also have 4 Corrected Conviction, which can help us sacrifice a creature in order to draw 2 cards. Now, you might think that's just basic card draw, but sacrificing a creature can also help us deal 1 damage if that creature we sack happens to be a little devil. Alright, so let's look at the turn 2 drops. We have 4 Bloodtithe Harvester, obviously Rakdos, Bloodtithe Harvester. Get blood, get card draw, get removal, all in one package. You have to have Bloodtithe Harvester in Rakdos. Then we have 4 Oni-Cult Anvil for that 1 extra damage, but also to bleed onto the board so that we have some blockers in the long run. And then we have the 3-drop for Graveyard Trespasser. I love Graveyard Trespasser, but guess what? She also does 1 damage. So that's something, right? Make our opponent lose 1 life. It is very good. And also, even if our opponent has protection, it says each opponent loses 1 life. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. If our opponent has protection, the Ob Nixilis cannot deal the damage. Or actually, All Will Be One cannot deal the extra damage. So you can make him lose 1 life, but you cannot make him lose infinite life. Luckily, we don't have Teferi's protection in standard, so we don't have to worry too much about that. We have Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Obviously, Rakdos, Fable, goes hand in hand. This card's not getting rotated out, so everyone's gonna moan and groan about this for another year and a half. Then we have Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. Not the real Ob, but the fake Ob that can give us devils. That's pretty much all there is, right? You give us 1/1 devils, and we can use that devil to deal 1 damage to our opponent to trigger the Ob 1 chain. Then I put in big score because I'm afraid of not drawing the right card, and also I don't want to go craft these mythics. I only have 3 Obs, and I only have 3 All Will Be One. So I don't want to go craft the extra mythic, and instead I put in big score because I can help us draw additional cards, give us treasure to combo a little bit early, and if our opponent's sort of these removal type of deck, or a control heavy kind of deck, we might want to be able to play Ob and All Will Be One both in 1 turn, which costs a total of 9 mana. Not easy to do. Then we have the Ob, we have the All Will Be One, that's the whole deck. We don't have any Invoke, we don't have Breach the Multiverse, we don't have any good Rakdos top end because we want to just infinite our opponent. And doesn't really matter if our opponent has the tempo, doesn't really matter if our opponent has the board. It only matters if our opponent is, gonna have control over us. If they have counter spells, are we gonna be, in with our world pin? That's what I feel like. And that's how this deck probably will falter. It's not the best deck, but it looks kind of fun. In the land base, we have 4 Swamp and 1 Dakinuma, 4 Mountain and 1 Sokuzen, 4 Blackcleave Cliffs, 4 Haunted Ridge, 4 Sulfurous Spring. These are very basic 20, I think there's a total of 24 lands. So the extra 2 lands, I cut a Swamp and a Mountain for. Blast Zone, guess what? Blast Zone puts counters. Hey, look at that. Blast Zone, all will be one. Nice synergy, right? And then we have Drenith Ruin, which also puts 2+1 counter on a creature that enters the battlefield this turn. And what's funny about that is, well, we can get creatures in every turn because we have Oni-Cult Anvil. So, guess what? Creatures, +1 damage or +1 counter, 2 damage every turn. Even without the combo, this seemed to be a pretty strong sort of synergy. And that's the whole deck. Let's go and run this deck out and see what we do with it. Let's see, we go to standard ranked, and we'll try the Obo. I call it Obo because it's Ob and O will be 1. So we're playing the Obo on our opponent. Thanks to Saheeli, we get to low very fast, and we're playing against Pele. Hey, Ryan. We gotta go first. That's nice. We have a good hand. So I'm gonna keep. Hello. This is actually a great hand because we get Sokuzen into Epicure, into Anvil. I don't know if I'm going to sack the Blood token. I might. Really depends on what our opponent's playing. So let's go with the Epicure first. Because I'd much rather sack the Blood token to draw a card. Have already. Naya. Well, we're going to go in for that attack first. That's for sure. And I really want to sack this for a card, right? Yeah, this is, well, I'm not going to be able to sack this for a card for next 2 turns, so let's just sack the Blood token while we can. Because for the next turn, I'm playing the Graveyard Trespasser, and the turn after that, I'm probably playing the Ob Nixilis, so that's not really going to happen anytime soon. Spirited Companion. Very spirited indeed. Alright, let's go in for the attack. He's not going to block. No way is he going to block. He blocks! So, a little lesson to all you boys and girls out there. Don't block with your Spirited Companion. It's a bad idea. See, I needed that Blood token now because I get a bunch of crap. None of these cards are good. He's probably going to play the one that fetches a plane, right? This looks like a mono white deck. Wedding Announcement. Okay, he's not fetching a plane. He is just getting... Oh my gosh. That's not fun. That is not in any way fun for us. So, we're just going to attack with the Graveyard Trespasser here. He might be able to bring this back, right? But would he be able to bring it back in 1 turn? He will block. Good. I want him to block because I don't have anything to tempo him out. So, we'll Ob, Casualty, this little guy right here. Now we get 2 Obs. And that little guy comes back. And we will start making devils.
Go sow some chaos. Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
Alright, good old Rakdos doing Rakdos things. We don't actually get to Infinite. We might, I don't know. But we don't have the draws that we need, so our opponents make a decision whether or not they want to discard. Into a Graveyard Trespasser, no less, so I don't know if they want to discard it. They are 15. It's a lot of life. But of course, if they do discard here, that makes our Ob Nixilis the next 2 turn really crazy because that means they're gonna be invested in discarding more cards, right? Is it an Invoke deck? I thought they would play a mono white Invoke deck. It's a mono white Rope deck, that's for sure. So we have 5, 6, 7 damage. 8, 9, 10, 11 damage next turn. Yeah, so they might really want to think about whether or not to discard. Or what to discard. And the Graveyard Trespasser has Ward, so they really want to play around that if they can. The rope is coming. Alright, our opponent's just gonna rope out the whole turn here. The whole my turn here. I even have a timer. How did they not have a timer on my turn? This is how long they've been roping. Yeah, well. We're just gonna take the damage. We'll end the turn. I don't think I missed any plays there. This is horrendous. We've only drew lands. Did we draw anything else? No, we've only drew lands. This is why the blood token was so important. But if I hadn't, right, if I hadn't played, well, if I hadn't got the 1/1 out, would that change anything? I don't think it would have changed anything. But then again, I really could not have gotten the blood token to do anything the turn afterwards either. So that would have been 2 damage less on our opponent. Now our opponent's just doing rope anyways. All that thinking does not really matter when your opponent's not even in the game. Are they still in here? They're not really clicking on anything, so they might have just rage quit. Which is normal, because this is Arena. If things aren't going your way, you should just rage quit. Just leave the game, but still have the game running so that your opponent won't be having a good time either. Typical Arena experience. There you go. GG. So yeah, typical Rakdos doing Rakdos things. We didn't even get anywhere near the realm of combo. What do we get? We got Rona, the uncommon. Ew, lame. All right, let's oboe some more. That was fast. That was very fast. We're playing against Pika Crafter 101. Please let us go first. Yay! All right, so we are going first with a Haunted Ridge. That's not good. So I'm gonna keep, but that means that we're gonna have to Haunted Ridge turn 1. It looks bad. We could have Epicure, but come on. Mono red. Okay, well. We got a lot of Harvester going on, so at least we have blockers. Sweat Sphere. And he's gonna burn out my Harvester. Yep. You got it. Makes sense. The thing about this is I can't even play the both of these, right? Because one will just die. So maybe it's better if I Fable. Is it better if I Fable? I put out a 2/2 that doesn't block both. Does this cost mana? It costs 2 more mana to use, so I can't do that either. Do I just need card draw? Oh boy. This draws me 1 card. This draws me 2 cards, but as a cycle. And this helped me cycle 1 card. This helped me cycle 1 card. This helped me cycle 2 card. That is a decision that's not fun to make. But I now still have the blood token, so that might be what's important. Mono red. Mono red. Nothing I play matters when it's mono red. Look at that. They're gonna have another play with fire just to kill my 2/2.
I'll light your way.
Yep.
Watch me heat up the dance floor.
No. I want to watch you lead the game. Jerk. Big score. That's interesting. Okay, well, we got a lot of lands. We can big score into 6 lands, which give us 7 mana next turn. 7 mana is not 9 mana, so even if I get the combo, I can't get it off correctly. This is a 4/3, so it also does not do much. So what can we do? Oh, I know what we can do. Bye! we don't have a removal in the set. We don't have cut down. We don't have go for the throw. I cut all of those in order for us to have a streamlined combo. But against mono red, of course, the color mana is what killed us. The tap lands what killed us. If we had fast lands, which for black red, it's not in the current meta, but if we had fast lands, that would have been a different game because we could have got Epicure all turn 1. Right? And the whole game, you could have seen that. If we had Epicure all turn 1, this would have been a different play. Iran. Iran? Error. Okay, we get Epicure. So yeah, I was. Oh no, fast land is in the meta. What am I talking about? Anyways, fast land, Epicure. Let's go. You are getting shot in the face. Swiss Spear, huh? Oh no, 1 damage. Well, whatever can I do? Fast lance. Epicure. Epicure. Alright, am I even gonna attack? I'm not even gonna attack. Go. Come at me, bro. Alright, so he could burn 1 of these, and then the other 2 will just die to the block, so yeah, none of that. Oh, this is just embarrassing. I don't know why that didn't happen. Play with fire. Ha! Okay. Wow, that gives me an extra life. Thanks, Epicure. Your life was well spent. Now I just have lands. Lightning Strike. Alright, well, 2 for 1. What is that? Stoke the Flames. Wonder if that's ever gonna happen. Oh hey, an Anvil. This will be an interesting play now. Not even gonna attack. You're waiting to block? Mono red waiting to block. Kumano? Yeah, you got it. This is a funny story. Your attacks mean nothing to me. See, you should have attacked. He has 1 mana left. Can he do 4 damage to Ob Nixilis? This. Will deal the 1 attack. He will block it, will sack it. Right? Until your next end step, which is right now. 1 damage dealt anyways. Bloodtithe Harvester. No, didn't get to use it. But it's an Ob. What is he gonna do? Kill the Ob with Stoke the Flames? That is a lot of damage. Oh. Oh well. Sorry, Ob. You didn't get to combo off on our opponent there. Our opponent's playing like a coward. So, I do want a Fable, but Bloodtithe Harvester is also pretty good. Fable is Fable. Does that mean I drop the Bloodtithe Harvester this turn? No attacks, we'll end turn. What are you gonna do with your Kumano? And they quit. Yeah, look at that. Stupid mono red. Get out of here. Go play a real deck. No, it's not fun. I know I won and everything, but it's mono red. It's not fun. Wizards gotta learn. They gotta stop making red spells so cheap and low to the ground. I get that people like you know, playing burn cards. And burn cards are fine, but when you are making all these burn cards synergize with each other to your opponent's face, no one's playing anything else. And that's the problem with Magic since the dawn of Magic. Remember when Lightning Bolts and Shock was in the meta, and you have basically 8 spells in your deck that can just go to your opponent's face and win. We're gonna go first. Hunter Rich, Blackcleave Cliffs, huh? Alright, well, so I'm gonna keep. Actually, it's fine. We got 4 lands there. So, Cliff into Epicure. Then we got a Bloodtithe Harvester, turn 2. And then a Hunter Ridge into maybe a Sack Kumano. Yeah. Yikes. Well, oh, hey, look at that. Almost misplayed there. Fable's very good. And we can basically Harvester into whatever they play. If we need to kill it. Turn 2 play. Cousin Okiri. Okiri? Teaching. You realize you have a Kumano, right? Okay. So. Attack with Harvester. No blocks. Fable. Alright, we have a lot of lands in our hand. Nothing's that fun. +2/+2. Kumano's a 2/2. What's coming? Just attacks? Maybe it's just attacks. Just Kumano attacks. Okay. I don't want to discard my big score, do I? Would I have a turn to play the big score? The card is too good in my hand. Yeah, I think it's fine. So, I want to Ob this? Or do I want a Bloodtithe Harvester 2/2? That way I can go in for 2 damage? I don't think so. Maybe I just go in for an attack for 2 damage, right? He has 3 mana. Does he have a buff or something? He has a removal. Soul Partition, huh? Well, can't exile it now, so Soul Partition it is. No attacks. Do I attack here? Do I kill the etching? What does he actually have? Wandering Emperor. Is this a reanimating deck? It's a lot of lands. Okay, so I do want to Ob. But this also kills a creature, right? So I don't want to Ob into nothing for no reason. Graveyard Trespasser can remove the etching. That's not a creature though. So there's no creature. I have no creature. So 2/2, 2/2. 2/1/1s. No, this doesn't die, right? So yeah, I need to remove the etching. That feels bad. Feels bad to remove etching this way. Casualty my 1/1.
I've conquered
Gamble.
entire plains.
One
Shake
city
down the locals.
will be easy. Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
I think I saw a 1/1, right? Yeah, it's a 1/1. So if he attacks, he's just asking for it. Kirin, Orochi. Oh, it's gonna buff it. Give it Trample. Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, Haste. You can only kill 1. My Bloodtithe Harvester, you monster! I can block and kill this, but I don't want to do that actually.
Wipe that smug look off your face.
Alright, do I still need the big score? I feel like the big score is kind of wasted at this point. A land! Well, that's not better. Flashback, no backs, please. Okay, so I'm gonna end turn. I might want to pitch the Sulfurous Spring now. Not gonna attack. And I have the Corrupted Conviction. If they target anything, I can sacrifice it in response. Gives me card draw. Nothing else. A Braid. Do it. Ah, lands. Fan-freaking-tastic. All in, huh? That's annoying. Well, I'm not gonna block because I need to copy it with reflection here.
My empire crumbles.
Another one of those. Ugh. Come on. Why is it giving me so many lands? Okay. Oops. Should have played this. What was I thinking? Wow. I'm gonna quit right now because that was a misplay, and also I drew how many lands in turn? That's not even a good deck. I just drew like 500 lands. Anywhozo, I don't think that was the deck's fault. That was my fault, but it was also the shuffler's fault for giving us 6 lands in a turn. I think we drew 2 lands from the what is it, Fable? We drew 2 lands from that one draw with the Corrupted Conviction, and then we drew another land that we pitched to draw another land with our blood token. So yeah, that was no fun. This is gonna only come off on turn 3, so that is the bad play. Mulligan his hand. Now this is a slightly better. We have the combo in hand. Keep 6. So we'll put back the Corrupted Conviction. We actually have the whole combo in hand with the Oni-Cult Anvil, Bloodtithe Harvester, Ob Nixilis, and Obi-Wan. But if our opponent's aggro, we're not gonna. I kind of wish they're aggro now. Spara Headquarter. Are they domain? If they're domain, though, Bank Buster. Like I said, if they're domain, though, I might be able to live with that. I don't think domain deck have counter spells, so this will be a one turn kill. Draw a card. Maybe they don't have lands. Please don't play lands. They have lands. They're just thinking about what to play. Yeah, planes. Okay. Lay down arms. Fine. Do I want to pitch anything to the blood? I don't feel like I want to pitch anything to the blood. That's the problem, right? Maybe the Graveyard Trespasser? Would that be very good against this deck? This could be a reanimating deck, and I would regret that. I would regret the heck out of that. So maybe I'll just play the Graveyard Trespasser. It's not like I missed a land drop this turn. I might miss a land drop next turn because I didn't pitch anything. So next turn, I do want to ob my Graveyard Trespasser. They draw a card anyways. They still hit their land. And now we have a 4/4. This looks to be good, right? Maybe I'll just anvil and pitch an ob. I do get a land too. Alright, all the draws are coming up Lenny. Leyline Binding. What are they gonna bind? Like Glutton? The Anvil. Take 1. A little soon for Leyline Binding, don't you think? They still have place? Is there another Leyline Binding? I don't know. We need 9 mana to go off in one turn. And hope that they tap out for that. It's a lot of things to go right. And I don't know if they're all going to go right. So if I attack here, he has 2 mana. And he has a blocker. Submit 0. He does not block. Casualty. 1/1. Does he have a counter spell somehow?
I conquered entire plains. One city will be easy.
I'm pretty sure he has a leyline binding. That's what's called being held up. But would he want to leyline bind any of these? There is the leyline binding. It's gonna bind the non-token.
This isn't over. You work for me now, Runt.
Okay. Maybe I'll all be one next turn. I know there's 2 leyline bindings out already, right? So would he have a third one? I mean, if he attacks, they're totally gonna kill the pilot. Huh? Five mana, what can he play? A domain deck. Does he have... I don't think he has 3 leyline bindings, does he? Lay down arms. Okay. Star card. Oh. Invasion of Alara. Well. This would be feeling kind of dumb, but I guess we'll do it. Does he have a counter spell? Oh, if he has a counter spell, I'm gonna be so mad. But he has something. You lose 2 life, and then you lose another life. Unless you want to discard a card, which I doubt you do.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
Wandering Emperor, that's what he has. Okay.
I've learned much during my travels. May your blades
There goes my Ob.
true.
How dare you destroy
Actually, don't have a
my
combo
bed?
anymore. Another 2/2.
Guards, to me!
Ooh, not good. Can't do 1 damage. He doesn't have a ping land either, so... Gonna have to pitch this land and see what we find. Double Ob. That's not what I want to find. Her migration for 6 land. Yikes. We're at 27 though, so we might be able to last a little bit longer.
Remember your training.
I want to block the 2/2. Oh, can't. What? Wow. Guess we're not having fun this game. Atraxa. There's a leyline binding. There's no planes though, so at least we have one turn. One freaking turn. Well, we're never gonna get the obs off. That's for sure. You know what would be really good? If we get an anvil. An anvil would help. Do I need the Bloodtithe Harvester? I might need it for something. It's not like I'm dying this turn, and next turn is all that matters. Ooh! It's happening! It's happening now! Big one! See how fast this is? Big one! Our opponent really is gonna make us do this? At least click past. Alright, there it is. GG. See, we got it! Ob combo. Ob combo for the win. Take that, Ori, and your stupid domain deck that I was playing yesterday. Alright, and then we got a distracting Geist. Anyways, that's the whole deck. It's a fun deck. It's pretty strong, I would say, just because of the good Rakdos shell. By its own, it's already pretty strong. But you can see that when we're behind, when we have nothing else, just one draw brings us entirely out of that, and boom, our opponent has no idea what hit him except all the damage to their face. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.